Bitcoin has been cruising and moving. But the question, I think on pretty much everybody's mind is this: is it going to keep going? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe on the way in. Let's jump into this video. I really don't got a lot of time, so I'm going to breeze through this, but it's going to be important, valuable data for you. So let's start here on the weekly zoomed out chart. One thing to note is this: Bitcoin, as it tests the critical area it's testing now, there is so much synergy with back here. The bull market high 2013, that bear market low, the Fibonacci retracement, and here is the move. So much synergy for Bitcoin. This is the move back then for Bitcoin. And I want to chart this exactly. Now we have the bull market high 2017 to bear market low, and we have Fibonacci retracement charted there, and Bitcoin currently testing this entire area. This move that is happening right now, this bounce off of this 200 moving average up into this area, so synergistic with what Bitcoin did post 2016 halving. It brings us to a crucial point, not only on the charts, not only in terms of our investments, but in terms of our mental states. Everybody, this is the perfect illustration and picture of what it looks like to really analyze your portfolio and be prepared for every scenario. Because in terms of resistance for Bitcoin, it has never been greater. What you see on this screen, this Fibonacci retracement, this long-term macro Fibonacci retracement, the bull market doors is what this is. The resistance there could not be greater. And in analyzing, well, what's going to happen next, I want to propose to you two things. And I'm going to start with the bullish scenario. The bullish scenario is very much in play, very much possible. The bulls have by no means stalled out. And so what I want to do is I want to show you this. When Bitcoin back here tested the bull market doors in 2017, towards the end of 2016, Bitcoin actually, it traded above the Fibonacci retracement slightly for a week or two, falling back below, right? And then kind of giving it another try. When that happened, Bitcoin was right around 47%. Obviously, we wicked up to like 70% overextended from the 20-week moving average, but let's call it 50% overextended from the 20-week moving average, a very key area for Bitcoin, this green line. It's like this line of gravity that Bitcoin gets pulled back into on these macro charts. So 50% overextended at this area. Now, if we go over where Bitcoin is right now, post 2020 halving, we have overextension right now for Bitcoin just under 25%. Now, if you notice, if I drag this up, 50% overextension brings us just basically almost exactly to the 786 line on this Fibonacci retracement. That is a huge resistance area for Bitcoin. What's really interesting to me is the fact that Bitcoin can still have another 25% upside, room for upside, and at the same time come all the way back down. And the amount of stress and anxiety that would play out in terms of Twitter and YouTube videos, people going crazy, it's just funny to actually picture that actually happening, because that's a very likely possible scenario for Bitcoin, meaning we get another 25% upside, we're hitting $16,000, everybody, and then Bitcoin decides to retrace. Because remember, at that point, Bitcoin will be overextended by around 50% from the 20-week moving average. No matter the market, when Bitcoin is overextended from that area, Bitcoin likes to get pulled back. It happened over and over again in the last bull market. So that's something to always have in the back of your mind. The preparation and the anticipation of Bitcoin coming back down, right? And those are the buy the dip scenarios, even in a bull market. Those opportunities exist. Those are the 30, 40% dips that happen in Bitcoin, even in a bull markets. So that's Bitcoin to the upside. That is room to the upside. $16,000 can happen literally in a week. In a week from now, I could be doing an update video and we are there testing the very, very bull market doors that we've been talking about on this channel for so long, that $13,000 to $16,000 area. Now, if we go to the short term, we get some clues into, well, to the downside, what can we anticipate, right? Because Bitcoin, and if we go to the daily chart, you can see Bitcoin's actually already overextended from the 50-week moving or the 50-day moving average. And that is a really important area for Bitcoin on the daily charts when we're analyzing the daily charts. When we get to that 20% area on the daily 50 moving average overextension, we start anticipating some, at the very least, consolidation. Give the 50-day moving average some time to catch up, even if Bitcoin just trades sideways into it, right? That's a scenario. We don't always have to just crash back down into it. A scenario is for Bitcoin to trade sideways into it. A good picture of that actually is right here. Bitcoin crazy overextended last spring, 2019, consolidated sideways, gave the 50-day moving average some time to catch up, and then continued to the upside, right? So we want to look for a scenario like that. But at the very least, that 50-day moving average in a very volatile environment sits down here around $11,000. $11,000 down to $10,500, I think, is a really good area to anticipate. Could Bitcoin make a move to the downside, a strong move? And we have this swing low down here, beginning of September, to our current swing high. You can see confluent with that at this Fibonacci retracement is this exact area, right around 11,000 to 10,500. And remember, 10,500, also a neckline, which is a huge neckline to a huge inverse head and shoulders for Bitcoin, 20,000 plus targets. So Bitcoin very much could retrace to this entire area. And to give you an idea what a move like that would be, we're looking at right around, 15 to 20% to the downside for Bitcoin to consolidate. Now, the scenario, right to 16,000, obviously a scenario, right? Down here to 11,000 to 10,500, a scenario. But another scenario is just kind of consolidation, taking a breather, waiting for Bitcoin to consolidate in a very steady range, getting some type of formation up here, maybe a small symmetrical triangle of sorts, maybe a falling wedge. These are the types of things we'll really track on the short term on these 6-hour charts as I do these daily videos. But I really wanted to give you a very clear picture so you have some clarity in terms of like what's actually happening with Bitcoin. It's getting overextended. But if we look at the weekly chart, and we go and we look at the weekly oscillator, this RSI, you can see Bitcoin, though it is approaching the overbought area, we're not yet there. And oftentimes before Bitcoin does decide to consolidate or come back down in a sense, you can see in the last bull market, it really got into that overbought territory each time it had to do that. And we're not there yet. So there is a ton of room for Bitcoin to the upside. We could be up here somewhere, finally at the RSI, trading at $16,000 before getting that initial move down. A lot of things driving Bitcoin markets right now, a lot of things to keep your eyes on. I wanted to do a very macro, zoomed out, get ready for anything type of scenario. And I get some comments sometimes. People are like, oh, wow, so you're basically telling me it could go up or down. And guess what? At the end of the day, that is the only fact that anybody in this space has. That is the only fact that anybody doing technical analysis has. It can go up and down. We get our bullish confirmations. One of those sits on this screen. A bullish confirmation is the doorways to the bull market. Bitcoin breaking above that, seeing support there. This is why we do technical analysis, waiting for those types of moves. And another confirmation is this. Bitcoin currently, what is it doing? I've talked about this bull market doors for so long on this YouTube channel. We're finally there. And isn't it interesting that Bitcoin is seeing exact resistance for like the last day right at the 618 line on the Fibonacci retracement? It is absolutely no surprise to me. This is why we do technical analysis. Those are my thoughts for the day. Time for me to log off. I hope you have a great night. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like button. It means a lot to me. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.